Okay, so guys, another day going strong on retention, and I wanted to talk about P.I.E.D, or brackets, porn-induced erectile dysfunction. As someone who was a very heavy porn addict and spent most time edging, which I'm ashamed to say, but I've got to get it out there. The truth always comes out eventually, so I've got experience and knowledge about how impactful that level of porn was and how it changed my brain and moulded me into bad belief systems and bad habits that I picked up because I lost my sense of self, my identity, because I was so wrapped up in porn. So that's just a bit of background story about me, and how I can give you guys helpful knowledge and try and be as concise and clear with it so that I don't overcomplicate it, and give you guys a kind of comprehensible rundown on what exactly P.I.E.D is, or porn-induced erectile dysfunction. And there are many guys out there in the world who may suffer with it. I'm not sure of the exact percentage, but I've heard stories where a lot of people, a lot of men in particular obviously, they have suffered with it in the past, or they may be going through it currently. So if they happen to see my video, great, because this may be what you need to hear. So porn-induced erectile dysfunction is basically when our eyes and our brain filter through such extreme categories of pornography, we are so overstimulated and our dopamine receptors become so far gone, or at least it feels that way, because they can be repaired. But my point being that the damage it does is incomprehensible. I mean, it's massive, guys. So because of that, the dependency for pornography becomes so great that porn-induced erectile dysfunction comes into it, where you cannot have that normal stimulating experience with a regular everyday normal woman, not a fantasy woman who's on a computer screen. Okay, so in other words, if we're going to go a bit sexual about it, I kind of feel embarrassed talking about it, because I don't really speak about this side of pornography addiction. I'm not really used to it, so forgive my nerves, but I'm going to try and be as calm as I can about it and give you guys the rundown on it. So yeah, so normal everyday pleasures our dopamine receptors won't be as sensitized to, but what my point is it pertains to women. So P.I.E.D, porn-induced erectile dysfunction, that's the only way a guy can stimulate himself. That's the only stimuli that will activate his receptors, okay, because they've been so numbed down by the flood of pornography and extreme fetishes and things like that. I'm not assuming everyone is, wrapped up in that kind of stuff, but I myself was. I was very much into fetishes, and I've come out of that now. I've come away from that, and I don't view that anymore. Okay, I don't identify with that version of myself anymore. He's gone. So I'm just giving you guys some helpful advice. So the best method for you would be to quit pornography completely, cold turkey, forget about it, be done with it. Okay, and I know it's extremely difficult, but I've managed to do it before for months. And what happened was, my sensitivity came back. So I found pleasure, enjoyment in everyday experiences with people. Not just women, but people. So friends, family. But yeah. So if you want any chance of finding a regular, everyday, down-to-earth, normal woman in your real life, then quit pornography, because otherwise you won't be able to get going down there, if you know what I mean, and be able to be with her and be sexually active in that way. Okay, so yeah, because porn will ruin that part of your brain that would filter through that experience and yes, spring your body into action and be sexually active with a regular woman. So that's my point. Okay, so I just thought I'd briefly mention that. There's probably a lot more information to it, but I've not really done much research on it. This is just my take, so if you found value in it and it's helped you summarise in your mind the dangers of pornography and how detrimental it is to a guy's health, I'm sure for women as well. I'm inclusive of women, but it's obviously different because men are different from women and it may not have the same effect on women. But yeah, I've got to research more about it. So just a quick one from me. 5 days of retention. I told myself, I think it was yesterday, I'm not going to count days, but I'm going to make the days count. But yeah, I'm going to be counting more so from weeks. So I'm coming up to a week. Okay, and after I get past a week, should be a lot easier, get to a month, and just keep going and go forever. I believe I can. Okay, God bless everybody, hope you all have a great day, and I'll speak to you all later.